since the 1960s. Robotics outside of the factory is new ground. And we've been tackling that and solving that problem for 2 decades now. And because we've been at it for 2 decades, we've gotten good at it. And I think the Defense Department has recognized that. They see that we are producing quality systems that are rugged, that can go outside where humans go into all weather, can even go underwater and swim like a diver. I think they come to us because we have a reputation of quality above all else and producing product that just is reliable in the field.
One of the things that the Navy is asking you to do is basically combine into one control system the actual robotic arm itself as well as the remotely operated vehicle, right? So they're trying to say, hey, if we can get this swimming device that has your arms on it controlled by one person rather than 2 or 4 or 6, that would be very helpful for them. How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, so this goes back to our earlier discussion. You can teleoperate, and in this case, this is when you are doing teleoperation. You want to make sure that you're treating the system as a system. You don't want to treat it as this robot moves from point A to point B, and then when you get to point B, then you manipulate and interface with the world. Mm-hmm. Rather, you want to, just like humans do, you want to move through the world, and you want to interface with the world as one fluid system and couple those actions together and reduce the amount of people required to oversee these systems operating in the real world. And whether you're doing it underwater or doing it in our commercial contract, areas in construction, aviation, or medical, it's the same concept. You're trying to allow those workers to be more productive and keep them safe.
It also seems to me that if you can use it for the Navy, perhaps you could use it for oil and gas exploration that's underwater. You could use it for other things, rescue efforts, for instance, if there's a ship that is down. I mean, there are other ways perhaps that it could be used, yes?
Absolutely. Yeah, the commercial analogs are there, and we are gaining traction in those areas as well, underwater. But in terms of where the company's growing the most, defense is continuing to grow, but our commercial sectors are growing even that much stronger, just because the need, and perhaps I think a lot of it has to do with COVID. It brought a cultural transformation and an acceptance of robots that, hey, we need these robots to help us. They're not here to take our jobs. They're here to augment us, to help us do our jobs better and to solve really hard problems. And that's why we're seeing this incredible growth in the construction, the aviation, and the medical markets.
As we look to the last couple of minutes of our conversation here with Jorgen Pedersen, we talked at the start about how 2021 has been a banner year, the last couple of years, seeing a doubling of your workforce. What does 2022 look like? What are your projections there?
Yeah, we're going to continue to push more supervised autonomy product into the market. And the way that what's going to enable us to do that is to continue to bring in incredible talent. We're continuing to hire. I think we have roughly a dozen open positions across multiple departments right now. And we are gaining success there. And I think one of the reasons is this is the 3rd year in a row that the Pittsburgh Business Times dubbed us best places to work. So that's what I'm really proud about, is that we're a values-based company where we have kind, brilliant, driven people that are working within our walls. And because the strength of a company is its people. And I truly believe if you focus on the people, you take care of the people, everything else just works itself out. And ever since we took that philosophy, that's where we've seen our growth into various markets, and especially the commercial.
It is so great to catch up with you and hear how well things are going at RE Squared. But more than that, it's also just great to see a local success story and be able to share it with people here in Pittsburgh. Be well, enjoy the holiday and a couple of days off, and I'm sure before you know it, you'll be right back at it and setting the world on fire again. Jorgen, thank you for your time.
Thank you as well. Happy Thanksgiving.
We very much appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to the CEO of RE Squared Robotics, Jorgen Pedersen, here on KDKA. Boy, what a great startup company that has been, and what a success story it has been for Pittsburgh and all of those folks who are working in that particular space of robotics in this great city. 325 is